Who's ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby?
And I want you to keep your eye on Britt Baker and Adam Cole. Because there's also another relationship where now Adam Cole gets to AEW and Britt Baker, she just don't have a run anymore. She don't have a run anymore. She was red hot until right before Adam Cole got to AEW. So be looking for Britt Baker to jump ship. Some women just cannot work well with their boyfriends present. They just can't work well with their husbands, with their men present. This is why Liv Morgan, WWE's Liv Morgan, this is why she broke off all relationships before she got dedicated into her championship run now. It's crazy, guys. But we're gonna stay tuned in, and I'm gonna keep you posted. All right, guys.
You're going through this difficult rehab process over the last year. And then, you put out on social media that you end up having to do what is essentially a cross-country move by yourself, going from Florida to Pennsylvania, which I cannot imagine was easy. And now I just want to preface this, full disclosure. I tend to stay out of people's personal lives. Your business is your business. But given that especially with, the mention that you were moving, there was a lot of online speculation about this in recent months. Yep. If you are comfortable doing so, I wanted to kind of give you the opportunity to address the rumors regarding yourself and Britt Baker.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. And actually, I appreciate having the chance to talk about this because me and Britt talked about this recently, actually. So me and Britt have indeed split. We are no longer a couple. But when I say that we both still love each other and are still friends and still so supportive of each other, that could not be more true. Again, I think the world of Britt. I want her to be as happy and successful as humanly possible, and I know she feels the exact same way about me. We did decide to go our separate ways, but that doesn't mean that she will not be an incredibly important part of my life. Britt is absolutely one of my best friends. She's someone that I love dearly and will always love dearly. And there is no ill will between me and her whatsoever. We did separate as a couple, like I had mentioned, but again, we still love each other dearly and will always be there for each other and support each other. So yes, that is indeed true. I did move to Pennsylvania and Britt is still in Florida. But again, she's one of my favorite people in the entire world. And I want nothing but the best for her. I really do.
You're a good man, Adam Cole.
I mean it.
Yeah. Like, man, social media, it is what it is, right? Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. And I just a couple weeks ago, I spoke to Britt about this and her struggles with social media since joining AEW. She said that was the hardest part for her when coming into television, was dealing with both the good and the bad aspects of social media. And, you're someone who has a great online relationship. You have this great online community with your streaming service. But when you see so many people talking about your personal life, whether things that were said are true or not, no need to get into the minutia of it. But how do you deal with that?
Yeah, it's I don't know. So I constantly go back and forth with the battle of, again, I do think that you have to accept when you're someone in the public eye that there will be scrutiny or judgment kind of across the board. I think being someone who is a public figure, of course, there are going to be situations where people are going to voice their opinion and say how they feel and things like that. I think that comes just with the territory. But what breaks my heart is, again, for someone like me and Britt, I don't want anyone to ever think that me and Britt dislike each other. I think it is possible in situations for people who are in relationships to kind of go their separate ways but still care about one another. So the last thing I would want is fans to pick sides or anything like that.
Divorce is up. Great divorce is up. These women want to be independent, Will. And Adam Cole, he come off to me as a guy that liked women more than they liked him. And when you like women more than they like you turn them off. And once you turn a female off, she have nothing left to do with you but leave you. Now, it's good to see that Adam Cole, he ain't sweating it. He ain't sweating the fact that Brittany left him because he know he got options. But again, guys, we gotta start liking the people that like us. And sometimes people gonna grow past you. And if you like females, right, if you're in a relationship with a woman and you let that woman grow past you, she gonna get funny on you and she gonna do things like this. You know that society is promoting that these women be independent. These women get a bag and they worry about their looks and nothing else of substance, just a bag and a look. So I think Adam Cole, he messed up when he got injured, not out of beyond his control, but everything was good up until he got injured. And I'll do you one even better. Stop trying to be all around your girl. You see, Britt Baker, she was doing her thing in AEW when Adam Cole was in NXT. As soon as Adam Cole mosey on over to AEW, see, she wasn't getting a rub no more. You know, wrestling is a political business. And you could be in these relationships, but your girlfriend, she know what's up. If she ain't tickling the right chins, she ain't gonna be on TV. And it's hard to tickle a chin. Most chins is respectful when their boyfriend is there in their face. So once Adam Cole, don't let me lose you now, once Adam Cole came on over and the people that was booking Britt Baker have respect for Adam Cole, they no longer gave Britt Baker the rub and gave her the sweet schedule and the sweet spot on the card. Understand that. And then once Adam got injured, it kind of brought his value down. Understand, guys, women are not designed to endure periods and long periods of hardship, guys, while with a man. They can do it all their life by themselves. You know what I mean? But while they with a man, and that's hardship to them. What's hardship to them? Some women have different levels of hardship, but she's not designed to endure whatever level that is, guys. Now let's get into how these guys met each other.
Being on Twitter was him making sure he's safe and he's okay, because that was, oh my gosh, going through a table of, no, I said, I don't know if I can watch these live anymore.
Did he get in any trouble for that?
Of course not. No, okay. He's in the ring. He has no control whatsoever.
I don't know. It's just, I think that a lot of people just read into it a lot, and I'm glad to hear that it was just, it was what it was. But are there any difficulties where you work for one company, Adam Cole works for another company?
Early on, I would say that it was harder for him to come be more supportive of us on the live settings. But since then, everyone's been really cooperative. He came to our New Year's Eve show in Jacksonville. I've been to obviously many of his takeovers. And it's something that Tony Khan has also been super supportive of. He's like, of course go watch your boyfriend wrestle. Of course, be there for his big moments. And as a wrestling fan, you always want to be there. And you don't want to watch it on a monitor backstage. Like I want to see all the crazy stuff happen with the crowd too. You can't, it's just not the same to watch something on a monitor versus being out with all the fans. Yeah,
I'm going to guess the answer is because we're both wrestlers, but how did you guys meet?
We did, because we're both wrestlers, but we actually met on Bumble, a dating app. I was in Hershey, Pennsylvania for a dental school conference. And he came on Bumble, but it just didn't look like him because he had his hair back and like normal clothes on. And anytime I've ever seen him in the wrestling ring, he's like soaking wet, his hair's dripping wet, he has no clothes on. Per wrestling, right? But and it said his name was Austin. So I'm like, this guy looks so familiar, but I don't know Austin. And then it finally clicked, and we started talking from there. And then it took us a while to go on a date. I was kind of hesitant because he's not the most likable character on TV, and it's kind of evil. But it was after New Japan, when he got home from New Japan, when he won the Ring of Honor title, I think for the third time. We went on a date, and it was ever since then. Now I live in Orlando with him.
Wow, where was he living at the time?
So he lived in Eastern Pennsylvania. I always say it wrong. Lancaster.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay.
People at PA will tell you that you just said it wrong, I'm sure.
I know. I get yelled at all the time for it. And I was in Pittsburgh, so it was still like 3 or 4 hours apart. And then he got signed, and he was going to have to move to Orlando, but I still had a year of dental school left in Pittsburgh. So we were long distance for a good year and a half, I would say. And then once I graduated dental school, I knew that I was going to be moving to Orlando. So that's where I job searched.
Wow. Well, my girlfriend and I were long distance for almost a year. You guys did it for a year and a half. What was the secret to actually being able to make it work?
So every night, and I don't know if he'll like that I'm telling you this, but every night we would FaceTime, and he said, because I was really sad. I was emotional when he had to move away, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to see you, because I know my dental school schedule is not forgiving, and I'm not going to be able to travel a lot. And he's in NXT, where they live at the Performance Center and they travel every weekend. He said, well, pick a TV show and we'll watch it every night on FaceTime. So I picked Grey's Anatomy, and we finished the whole season of the series, which is like 15 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. We would watch an episode every night on FaceTime. It was like a little date night. And then, of course, anytime he was able to, he would fly up to Pittsburgh, even if it was just for the day. Fly in the morning, fly home that night, or fly the next morning. So it's just being and you just have to be very understanding of each other's schedules and the situation, and each other's stresses. Like, my dental school stresses are different than his Performance Center stresses, but they're still equally impactful on our lives.
I love hearing, though, that, like, I think the biggest thing that we did was we were intentional. It was like everything that we...
There it is right there, guys. Britt Baker never really liked Adam Cole. When you like a person, you ain't got to do all this extra. When you like a person, you make it your business to be around that person, give access to that person. You don't make the person do all this extra chasing you. So she never really liked Adam Cole. Adam Cole was never really her type, but we have a lot of women that just go with the program. They just play less pretend. You know what I mean? Don't forget, Adam Cole was hot. He was hot. He had a hot run in NXT, so everybody was talking about him. So that's probably why she said, I'll date him. That's exactly why she said, I'll date him. But guys, let's get into the next segment of the video. This is how Britt Baker is without Adam Cole leading her. This is why I tell you guys, like the people that like you. Some women do not want to be led. They rather fail by themselves.
Britt Baker, D. And I just wanted to check in and thank everybody so much for all your get well messages. I don't need to worry because I'm okay. I just have a strep throat, but I sound way worse than I actually feel. I feel so much better now. 2 days ago I was dying, but now we're good. I went to urgent care, got tested at strep, took antibiotics, got an IV shot. I'm good. I'm on the mend. But future reference, if you are in an area that could be affected by a hurricane, stock the fuck up. I messed up. I didn't think I was gonna be here. I was supposed to be at Dynamite in Washington, so I was like, I'm fine. No, change of plans. I got strep throat. I was stuck in Orlando. And there was no supplies. By the time I realized that, there was no gas, no water, nothing. Like, all the essentials gone off all the shelves. So stock up in advance. Don't be a dumbass like me. And thank you again, everybody who checked in. And all the weirdos with your fucking conspiracy theories, like, fuck off. You're weird.
Now, before we go putting words and things all in my content, because some of y'all be getting my content twisted. Understand, I'm a fan of Adam Cole, and I'm also a fan of Britt Baker. Those that know me know Britt Baker, my girl. But this is the lesson today. The lesson is learn yourself before other people who don't know themselves learn you. And if the other person do know themselves, it's even more dangerous if you don't know yourself. So Adam Cole never really learned himself. And he let us all know that when he cut this promo. Remember that promo he cut a year ago? What was it, January 11th, guys, 2023? Let's go to that.
So I've been thinking all day, literally all day, about what exactly I was gonna say when I came out here. And I think the best way to describe this conversation we're about to have is this is a good news, bad news type situation. But let me start with the good news, because after everything that's gone on these past few months, I have a whole new appreciation, not just for pro wrestling, but for my life. When I was 9 years old, all I ever wanted to do was be a professional wrestler, and I've got to do some really, really awesome stuff. One of them being, I'm here at AEW, the best pro wrestling company on the planet, in Los Angeles. It also made me realize how much I miss getting to be here. Because the past few months, I was really, really banged up, everybody. I had a shoulder that was torn to shreds. More importantly, I had 2 back-to-back very serious head injuries. And I'm gonna be honest, I was really, really scared. I was seeing doctors multiple times a week. I was getting MRIs done to my brain. I had headaches. I had dizzy spells multiple times a day. If I was in a car for more than 15 minutes, I felt like, and sometimes did, vomit. But the worst part was the sleep. Because I would lay there, emotions all over the place, anxiety high, and I couldn't figure out why. I'd have to get up at 3, 4 in the morning and pace back and forth with my heart racing out of my chest. Britt would wake up and go, "Oh my God, are you okay? What's wrong?" And I would look at her with a tear in my eye and said, "I don't know what's happening to me." The thing is, none of you knew what was happening to me either, but so many of you were there for me. Seriously, every single day, I'd read things like, "I miss Adam Cole. I hope Adam Cole is recovering all right." I don't care if Adam Cole never wrestles again. I just want him to be okay. And that meant the world to me.
This is a wreck. He's moving like an uncaged animal.
No lie, he's wild in there.